At the same time, the African Union Observers Mission on the just concluded and disputed elections in Tanzania reveals how the elections were manipulated into a resounding Samia Suluhu victory. The Observers report indicates cases of ballot stuffing, internet blackouts and abductions and how they compromised the integrity of the elections.
Naapa kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Nitaihifadhi, nitailinda na kuitetea.
The dust is settling on Tanzania's controversial election that handed President Samia Suluhu her first elected term. The elections, which also handed the ruling party, CCM, the majority in parliament, continue to draw criticism over the manner in which it was conducted. The latest report from one of the observer missions, the African Union, paints a damning picture of the environment during and after election day. The observers say the election failed to comply with the AU's principles and standards for democratic elections. The AU observers noted that there was voter apathy in most polling stations across the country, and even then, the few voters were allowed to vote without identifying themselves. The mission also noted that in polling stations where only presidential ballot boxes were set up, there were instances of ballot stuffing where voters were issued with multiple ballots to vote, compromising the election's integrity. The mission faulted the Tanzanian government for the internet shutdown and restriction of media freedom during the voting, counting and tallying of the votes. Indeed, during the counting, the mission noted that ballot counts did not tally. The preliminary report from the AU mission mirrors the scathing one from the Southern African Development Community, which also flagged incidents of stuffed ballots and low voter turnout, factors that contributed to the elections falling short of the requirements of the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. The AU has also determined that the elections did not comply with the AU principles and international obligations and standards for democratic elections. Similar sentiments have been echoed by the human rights defenders of Tanzania and the Tanganyika Law Society, who pointed out the killings of civilians, destruction of property, internet shutdown, arrests and beatings are some of the issues that characterize the elections, and called for the immediate stop to police brutality and arbitrary arrests. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.